All right, good evening, NBA and Laker fans, and welcome into the Lakers 365 Network, your 24/7 365 comprehensive home of the NBA and your 16-time NBA champion, Los Angeles Lakers, coming away here, folks, from the In-N-Out Studios in Anaheim, California, and Studio 171 in San Diego. Good evening, folks, alongside Chris Mancy via Apple's FaceTime from the aforementioned In-N-Out Studios up in Anaheim, California. Cal McClure joining folks here from the aforementioned Studio 171 in San Diego. Chris, good evening. How is it going tonight, man? You've got a lot of thinking to do, I think, at the studios right now about this game tonight, where, Chris, the Lakers had it in their hands, but a couple of missed free throws towards the end of the ball game, and the Lakers ultimately faltered tonight to the Phoenix Suns at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California, by the final score of the night of 114-108. Now, Chris, the game was close for pretty much all night. The Lakers were only down by 3 at halftime. They came back, took the lead late, and Chris, it all rided on the shoulders of Wesley Johnson at the free throw line, Chris. And Johnson clanked both free throws, allowing the Suns one more possession and a game-tying 2 to send the ball game into overtime, when the Lakers ultimately fell in the overtime session by giving up 20 points in that OT session, and they lose tonight 114-108. The line score the night before the contest. For the Suns, 24 and 26 quarters 1 through 2. And for the third and fourth quarter, 27 and 17. Overtime period 20 for a game total of 114. For the Lakers, 17 in the first, 30 in the second, 24 in the third, and 23 in the fourth. 14 in the overtime period game total of 108. Chris, my goodness, man. I mean, I'm not sure what to make of this here, but the Lakers, made a good comeback towards the end. But at the same time, Chris, it all came down to a moment in time, and we knew the game would be free throws, Chris. And Wesley Johnson, who had a bad game all night, man, his only 2 attempts at the ball game at the line, Chris, the 2 most crucial moments of the game, misses them both. The Suns come back down the floor after a timeout and tie the game to send the ball game into overtime. Will they ultimately win the game? Chris, how much blame right now and flack is Johnson getting in your mind? And also, Chris, is it fair to give Johnson the blame for losing the game at the free throw line late in the ball game tonight?
Just a lot of bad plays by Wesley Johnson, a lot of turnovers in the game, missing the free throws, just a lot of credit is on Wesley Johnson.
Yeah, Chris, I think Wes is going to be wearing this one for quite some time. It was just a bad game, Chris, all around for Johnson, including 8 turnovers, the most of any player on the Lakers. The Lakers also committed 19 turnovers, and he committed 8 of those 19 turnovers in the ballgame tonight. And the Lakers, again, folks, fell tonight to the Suns in OT, 114-108 box score tonight first for the Suns. With the win, improved to 4-1. The Morris brothers, Marcus and Markieff, both had 7. Miles Plumlee, 8. Goran Dragic, 15. And Eric Bledsoe, 11. Dragic also had the game-winning basket late in the ballgame. Off the bench for the Suns tonight, Shavlik, Randolph, 10. Anthony Tolliver, none. Isaiah Thomas, 26. P.J. Tucker, 4. J.L. Green, 21. Earl Barron, 2. And Archie Goodwin, 3. T.J. Warren, no points off the bench. Not playing tonight was Dragic's brother, Zoran Dragic, Tyler Enos, and Alex Lean, all not playing. Coaches' decisions tonight. And for the Lake Show tonight, Wesley Johnson, spotted the 8 turnovers, 15 points. Carlos Boozer, 12. Jordan Hill, 14. Kobe Bryant, 27, coming on big and coming up clutch again in the last minute of the fourth quarter. Ronnie Price had 7. Wayne Ellington off the bench had 4. Ed Davis, 11. Julius Randle, 3. Roscoe Smith, no points. And Jeremy Lin off the bench, first game back from his injured ankle, 15 points. And, of course, folks, you know us very damn well. Not playing the game tonight, Jabari Brown, DNP, coach decision. Jordan Clarkson, D&D, fill in the blank. Xavier Henry not with the team, fill in the blank. Ryan Kelly, D&D, fill in the blank. Steve Nash, not with the team, fill in the blank. Robert Sacre, DNP, coach's decision. Nick Young, D&D, fill in the blank. So, Chris, we look at the Suns real quick, man. The Suns really, man, got more production off the bench more so than their starters. Between Dragic and Bledsoe had 15-11, Chris. Isaiah Thomas at 26, Joe Green at 21. Chris, looking back over this, man, it looked like the Suns off the bench more so kept them in this ball game more so than the starters. Would you agree in regards to the scoring here again, Chris? Seeing that 2 starters had double digits where the other 3 had single digits, Chris, and off the bench they had 3 guys come off the bench with 10 or more points. Chris, is that a pretty big factor to look at that they're getting good bench production from guys coming off the bench more so than having their starters do all the heavy lifting so far?
Yeah, I agree. A lot of so far points coming from the bench, just great to see.
Chris, we look at the Lakers now, man. As we know, it's been a talking point about Wesley Johnson. Everyone's going to be pinning the tail on Johnson for the loss tonight because of the missed free throws tonight, Chris. Kobe Bryant did what all he could do, Chris, getting a team back in the ball game with 3 or 4 consecutive made shots to keep the game close. Great game. But, Chris, Jeremy Lin. Let's go to Jeremy Lin real quick, Chris, because he came back from injury. Final line tonight for Jay Lin. Tonight, 23 minutes played, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, and 15 points, Chris. It looked like he was moving pretty good without that injured ankle. But again, Chris, we keep going back, Chris, to a talking point again. That is the Lakers' health, man. And again, it's still not good to see all those players that have D&D next to their names, that has D&D next to their names, Chris. Again, folks, and we told you folks to fill in the blank, but again, Clarkson D&D, Kelly D&D, Young D&D, Henry and Nash not with the team right now. So, Chris, I know, man, that it's still preseason, man, but again, these guys have got to get healthy as soon as possible because things have not been going the Lakers' way recently, man. So now that Lin's back, Chris, who do you think between Clarkson, Henry, Kelly, Nash, who is more likely to be coming up and playing tomorrow night or on Friday in Vegas, Chris? Who's the next player for the Lakers to come back from injury and either playing tomorrow or playing on Friday night?
Maybe Clarkson, maybe.
And why?
I don't know. I think.
Again, folks, we get to the final stats here again. The Suns by quarter, 24-26, quarters 1 through 2. Suns 3 through 4, 27-17, and 20 the first OT session for the game total of 114. For the Lake Show, 17-30, quarters 1 through 2. 24-23, quarters 3 through 4, and 14 in the overtime session, game total of 108. 1 technical foul charge to Isaiah Thomas in the second quarter of the game. Well, Chris, it's no surprise. He wears number 3, just like some player we know very well on the Mercury who racks up technical fouls. Lakers tonight, no technical fouls. Their only technical foul tonight, a delay of game technical foul in the third quarter during the game. Points in the paint tonight, Lakers just edged out of their 38-36 Phoenix. Second chance points, 10-9 Lakers. Biggest lead of the night, the Suns led by 11. Lakers led by 4. 16 different lead changes, and 14 times the teams were tied. The final arena stats, game played tonight again from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. The men in black tonight were Bill Spooner, Scott Tortsaki, and Trey Maddox. Time of the game, 2 hours and 27 minutes. And again, Chris, total attendance at your place, the house that you built at the pond, 8,037. Chris, I'm going to give you one more chance. What is wrong with your fans up there in Anaheim, California, dude?
I don't know what's wrong with my fans and my city. Probably just a preseason game, and just I don't know.
Well, Chris, like Abel, who runs the Planet Lakers Twitter handle, Chris, our man from Vegas, Abel, he said, Anaheim got no love for the Lakers, it looks like. So again, folks, Lakers lose tonight in Anaheim by the final score of the night of 114-108. Game finished in overtime. Turning point of the game, folks, 2 crucial missed free throws by Wesley Johnson in the waning seconds of the fourth quarter with the Lakers ahead by a few points. Final scores across the association tonight in the NBA. Wolves hammer the Pacers 107-89. Jazz beat the Thunder 105-91. Heat edged the Rockets 90-85. Blazers over the Nuggets 93-75. And, of course, tonight the Suns over the Lake Show in OT 114-108. and the Warriors drubbed the Clippers 125-107. There is 9 games on the NBA menu tomorrow night across the association tomorrow afternoon and evening. We've got Houston at Orlando, 4 o'clock. Nets at Celtics, 4:30. Wiz at the Knicks, 4:30. And then, of course, another international game tomorrow night. We will have the Maccabi Haifa team against Toronto at 4:30. And on ESPN tomorrow night, Cavs at the Grizzlies, 5 o'clock. Minnesota, Milwaukee, 5 o'clock. Heat at the Spurs, Hawks at the Spurs, 5:30. And then tomorrow night, we will have the Suns and Clippers at 7:30 on ESPN. And at 7 o'clock, Blazers-Lakers from the Citizens Business Bank Arena in downtown Ontario, California. Chris, if we look ahead now to tomorrow night's game, now again, man, we know about the game tonight being won at the free throw line, or lost actually at the free throw line by Wesley Johnson. Chris, the Blazers come into the ballgame tomorrow night, Chris, at 2-2, and currently in third place in the Northwest Division. Chris, they are led by a pretty solid bunch, Chris, of LaMarcus Aldridge, Chris Kaman, Steve Blake, and of course, Chris, the hero last year in the playoffs, Damian Lillard. Chris, what is your thoughts and preview about tomorrow's game between the Blazers and Lake Show at the CBBA, the Citizens Business Bank Arena in Ontario, CA, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock?
I don't know what we're going to see tomorrow night. Because just hope to see a good game. And the Lakers don't turn the ball over a lot. Wes Johnson, just hope he doesn't turn it over, make his free throws, and just hope the Lakers win.
Well, I can blame my dog, folks. You can tell in the background, folks, the backdrop here has been pulled down by my dog, so we will fix that tomorrow, hopefully. We'll get that fixed again, but it is what it is, folks, at the end of the night. But, Chris, the Blazers, man, who have really had some really bad seasons in quite some time, this core that they have built right now between Aldridge and Wesley Matthews and Damian Lillard, Chris, is something that I've not seen sometime, Chris, and Terry Stotts has done a phenomenal job with the Blazers. Again, folks, the Blazers take on the Lakers tomorrow night, 7 p.m. on TWCSN and on ESPN LA 710 with John Ireland and the great Michael Thompson. Chris, the Lakers tonight again, man, it's more so, again, going back to the turning point of the ballgame, Chris, which, again, was the clanked free throws by Wesley Johnson that could have given the Lakers a win tonight. But, again, Chris, I mean, it's one deal, man, that it was 2 free throws, Chris. But, again, man, it was 2 free throws in the clutch. You needed to have those free throws made, Chris. And also, man, it kind of didn't help, though, that Johnson did not go to the free throw line earlier in the ballgame, Chris. So, again, man, I know that fans are sort of, going to Johnson. But, Chris, I think there was other problems, though, as well, Chris. And I think, though, man, the defense has been a problem because the Lakers keep playing solid D. Yeah, Chris, they keep fouling, though, on the defense. Chris, I think they got to polish up that defense a bit. Transition's getting there slowly but surely, Chris. But, again, man, what was the turning point, though, man, in your mind for the game tonight? Was it the free throws or was it some other things that went unnoticed, though, because of how much the free throws have been overshadowed so far tonight in the game?
I think probably the free throws and the turnovers, with 19 turnovers by the Lakers, with 8 of them being by Wesley Johnson. I think it was both the turnovers and the free throws.
Chris, turnovers maybe, man, but again, everyone is just going back to Johnson missing those free throws, Chris, which was pretty tough, man, to see go down. But Chris, it kind of didn't help, though, too, that Johnson had not taken any free throws earlier in the game either, Chris. And, of course, the 2 biggest free throws were the ones that the game basically rode on as well. So that's what occurred out of it. But, again, folks, Lakers are defeated tonight by the Suns, 114-108. Remaining preseason games, folks, 2 more to go. Thank goodness. 2 more games to go for the preseason. Lakers will take on the Blazers tomorrow night, 7 p.m. from the Citizens Business Bank Arena in Ontario, CA. And on Friday, the Lakers take on the Sacramento Kings in the City of Lights, Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. Game time set for 7 o'clock from the MGM Grand Garden Arena inside the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in wonderful and fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And folks, in case you're wondering, The Lakers are 1 week away from kicking off a 2014 season next Tuesday night, 7 p.m. or 7:30, I should say, when the Lake Show take on Dwight Howard and the Houston Rockets. Game can be seen on TNT and heard live on the air on ESPN LA 710 and also on ESPN LA Deportes 13:30 a.m. And folks, the 3-game forecast for the Lakers to open up the regular season: Houston at home. And then, Chris, just to keep rubbing it into you, man, they play the Suns again the following Wednesday in Phoenix. And then on Friday, it's the first edition of the Hallway Series, Lake Show and the Clippers Halloween night. Ooh, that'll be a good one. 7:30 tip-off on the Entertainment Sports Programming Network. That would be the Buffoons over there, who rank Kobe number 40 in the list of players. That would be ESPN. Chris, we get ready to wrap up for the night here. Chris, again, man, a tough way to see the Lakers go down again, more so again. Seen them go down in flames at the free throw line again, where the game was basically in hand at the free throw line until Wesley Johnson couldn't come through in the clutch. Chris, your last thoughts about the night's game, and also your thoughts as we look ahead to tomorrow night's game against the Portland Trail Blazers in the Inland Empire.
Just very tough night tonight in my city to see Wesley Johnson hit the free throws and then the turnovers, and just hope for a great game tomorrow. Clean up on the free throws and the turnovers, and not get down by a lot, and you should be good.
Chris, a lot to digest here, man. You know, a game that you had in the bag, and it came down to 2 crucial shots towards the end, and then they didn't fall. With that, folks, on Tuesday night, October 21st, 2014, game number 6 of a 2014 NBA preseason in Anaheim, California, at the Honda Center. The Phoenix Suns tied the game at the buzzer and win the ball game in OT, 114-108. Lakers take on the Blazers tomorrow night again at 7 p.m. from the Citizens Business Bank Arena in the Inland Empire of Ontario, CA. Again, folks, the final score once more the night: Suns 114, Lakers 108. With that, folks, we'll see folks right back here again tomorrow night following the Lakers and Blazers game. With that, folks, for Chris Amanti in Anaheim, Cal McClurg in San Diego signing off. Until tomorrow night, folks, have a safe night. Drive home safely. Thank you all for coming. And good night now. This has been the Lakers 365 Network. We are Lakers, we are LA, and we are the NBA. See you folks right back here tomorrow night. Same time, same place, same channel, same on-air crew. See you folks tomorrow night, and bye-bye.